All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So first of all, here's some water. Here, wait, hold on. Let me. You want some? You're probably gonna need some you dehydrated noodles. All right. So this is it. So I've been trying to. How do I say this? I've been wanting to work on this video for a little bit now. Kind of keep it straight to the point. But the hardest part about making this video is what to do next. So as you know, we got the podcast where we talk to content creators about the content streaming world and all other worlds of content creation. And I love talking to content creators. I love hearing their side of the story, their views and opinions. And it's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is fun, but there's a big but here. It's not that I don't enjoy doing the podcast or the content. I'm not excited about the world anymore. When I say that, it's not like this world. The content, talking about content creation, like you're always going to have people who share your opinions, who don't share your opinion, who are going to listen to you, who don't going to listen to you. So, regardless, it doesn't matter what I do or say. But for those who follow me, I've been kind of taking a step back a little bit from streaming and a little bit from Twitter and all that because it feels like content creation and people who are in that world, that's the only thing they talk about. It's the only thing they look to, the only thing they want to talk about, the rages, the hypes, the ups, downs, lefts, rights, and one of the things that I talked about during several episodes of the podcast is being more than just content creation as a content creator. Like I talk about with a lot of the people that I like to follow who do content creation, they do much more than just talk about content creation. They talk about their everyday life, whether it be UFC fights, sports, their hobbies, their interests. And when I started doing the podcast, I felt like that was all I was talking about. And I felt like I was falling into the hole of something that I didn't want to fall into the hole of. And it kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. It was kind of jarring for me. Like I felt like I put myself in a box while trying to call myself out as well as just general others. And it sucked. And I beat myself up a lot for that. And I'm still kind of doing that. And it sucks. And this is not like a pity party kind of thing. This is not kind of like a, oh, woe is me kind of thing. This was just more of just like what turned out to be like a passionate idea, which still is. It's becoming something that I'm learning to love, but also hating at the same time because I feel like everybody in their sphere does their own thing. Like, no matter what I say, no matter what anybody else says, they're still going to do the same thing day in, day out. Like, there's nobody who's going to be like the revolutionary that's going to make them change something unless it's someone from a higher power and higher capacity, right? Now, does that devaluate what I have to say and what other people have to say in these interviews and podcasts? No, it doesn't. It just changes how people interact or think about stuff. And now this isn't supposed to be like a what I say has to change your mind kind of stuff. This is more of a, it's almost like, I hate to say it because I just talked about not devaluing my voice, but it's, nobody's listening. That's the best way of putting it. Nobody listening. We all talk about these changes that we want to see, whether it's Kick, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. We talk about these changes within ourselves. Stream less, be human more, or just doing what you love to do and growing with that. Now, does that get you the ultimate growth you want? Probably not. You can fuck with algorithms on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff like that. Or, you could sell out and just be, shingling yourself out for money, which, whatever, do you, homie. Or you could do it for the views, you could do it for whatever. I don't care about your reason, because everyone's going to have different reasons for what they do for their content. I think what's most upsetting is that I don't look to myself as a visionary. I don't look to myself as someone with the greatest mindset, because I'm just a dude. I'm a dude who's been doing this for a while, and I'm calling out some stuff, and I'm calling out myself on some stuff. And I have my ways of doing it, and other people have theirs. Does that make me wrong or make someone else right? Or it doesn't matter. Honestly, everybody else got their way of doing it, and they're not going to agree with what I have to say. They're not going to agree with what I have to do. And I kind of joke about that with a lot of things, like how I call people Twitch gurus, the people you see on Twitter all day that just talk about growing and promoting and, who have basically no life outside of Kick because, they can't have a personality except for streaming and content creation and all that. But is that their fault for wanting to capitalize on an opportunity? I don't think so. I think it's dumb. Really fucking dumb. But I can't be mad at somebody for taking an opportunity and wanting to do something with it, whether it's helping out people or getting their self-growth or whatever. Is it scummy if it's for themselves? Probably. But people are going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And no matter what I have to say, call out, talk about, whatever you want to call it, people are still going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And I don't have an issue with that. I think more so I have an issue with just continuing something where it feels like I'm beating against a brick wall. So now it comes to the bigger question is, what does this mean for, the podcast? That's been something I've been battling for weeks on end, probably about a month at least. Because when I did the last interview and we were uploading them, I kept getting to this point where I just kept beating myself up. I'm like, why am I doing this? I love what I do. I love doing it, meeting new people, talking to them, talking about content creation and just the world that they live in and whatever. It felt like I was exhausting myself, and I really was. I was doing everything by myself. I was doing the recording, uploading, editing, all that stuff like that. And the reason that is because I didn't want to have anybody else get onto something that they weren't invested in. You know what I mean? And this is on my responsibility. So for me having to work a full-time job, try to do the content that I like to do stuff on the sides and other big projects that I want to get done, I put this at the forefront because I enjoyed it and I really liked it. And I still do. I don't dislike what I'm doing. But I feel like the direction that what I want to go in as a creator, as well as the direction that I feel like would be a lot less strenuous on me and much more entertaining for not only myself but for others, is a battle ongoing. Now, me, I don't really care for what other people have to do or say about what I do. But for me, when it comes to being a creator, I want to make something that's not only entertaining, but something that people actually want to listen to or watch. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the podcast itself is probably going to be put on pause for a while. I don't want to say I'm going to let it go and stop doing what I'm doing and then come back and upload a video maybe like a month or so later when I talk to somebody I want to talk to. It's more so I need to figure out what I want to do. I still want to do this. Still want to do podcasting. Still want to do streaming, content creation, all that stuff. But I want to do more than just talk about content creation in the streaming world. Because there's so much more to it. And I keep preaching that, and I'm kind of realizing there's much more to it. Now, I'm not talking about getting into politics. Politics is it's a slippery slope that nobody should be going down. But what I mean is, I want to talk about gaming. I want to talk about just life. I want to talk about journeys that I want to go on, experiences. I got a whiteboard in my room where I write down all the big goals that I want to try to get done this year. And I felt like the podcast for content creation was kind of getting away with a lot of those. Because there had to be planning, talking. I had to do not interviewing, but scoping out people, because I don't want to just because somebody says they're interested doesn't mean you should really bring them on a show. I'm interested in going on fucking, any TV show or interview and all that, but it doesn't mean I'm good for the show or good for what's going on. That's a different story. I guess it's I have to do a lot of work, and the work I'm having to put in is too exhausting by myself. And I don't want to bring anybody else involved if things go, south. I'd rather just take my own failures and grow from that. But that shouldn't deter me from doing this stuff. So I guess ultimately it's put on pause. And by pause, I mean, if I want to come back to it and talk about somebody about content creation, I have that opportunity, right? it's not an ongoing podcast. It's a part-time podcast. But now it comes to the point is like, what am I going to do about life? Am I just going to go back to everyday life and just talk about or not talk about or game or not game or stream or not stream or whatever? What am I going to do? That's still to be decided. I have, like I said, I got goals. I got ideas that I want to do with content creation, without content creation, in my personal life, and I want to achieve those. Beating myself up about a project that I don't want to give up on has been the hardest, and it's set me back a while. I shouldn't say a while, but like it set me back a little bit mentally, and it exhausted me, like to the point where like I'll sit at my computer and I'll be like, oh, I should stream today. It's one of my days off or one of my scheduled days, and I just don't have the energy to do it. And it sucks. It really does. But I think going forward, here's what we're going to do, right? Number one, we're going to go back onto a regular schedule for streaming. You know, we still have our normal Wednesday through Saturday stuff that we can do. We're still going to do it. But I think more importantly now than ever, we're going to try doing some other stuff like that, not just my normal content. So, like, even though I play games and first-person shooter and all that, we're going to start going back into the multi-streaming. We're going to go back into getting different platforms and all that. We're going to kind of keep pushing that going forward. And secondly, I have other goals that I want to do that involve a lot more time and attention and a lot of off-camera work. So you might not see a lot of it, or you might see a glimpse and bits of it, but like we're going to start doing stuff. So be on the lookout for that. I have an idea for personal life goals as well as, content creation goals, as well as, just overall health goals. So I have stuff going on for that. So be excited about that. Number 3, will there be a podcast? Will there be any podcast? What's going to go like for podcasts? So the idea is that I want to do a podcast. I want to do a regularly scheduled podcast. I'm still working out the fine details of what I want to do, what I want to talk about, and whether it's just everyday life, anything in life, or just general topics and discussions that I see around here. I'm not going to make these like several hour long podcast things like you see like with Joe Rogan or what I've been doing now. I want to do it a little bit smaller, like, I don't know, maybe like a 30-minute episode, maybe less than that. So that way you have some time to actually listen to it and not feel overwhelmed listening to a several hour long podcast of us just rambling about the same stuff. So that's something in the works that's not confirmed, but that is something that I want to do. Also, I gotta say this, like, the same people, okay, so this is with Twitter, and people who fucking stream and talk on Twitter, and some of y'all are the biggest fucking hypocrites, dude. You bitch about one thing and do it right the next fucking day, dude. And am I the same person about that? I don't know. But damn, a lot of you are fucking hypocrites. Like, you complain about people about begging for subs and not wanting to be around fake people, and here you are in their comments section just talking it up like you're friends with them. But you never go to their streams. You don't really talk to them except for Twitter. And those same people that you complain about, you're actively talking to. Now, does that make you wrong? No. It just makes you a hypocrite. Now, is there anything wrong with being a hypocrite? I mean, moralistically, it depends on you and what you believe. But you can't tell me, you can't sit here and be like, well, these people are different to me and this and that, or, oh, I don't like these people, I don't like this and that, but I should show them love. I'm like, listen, dude, or girl, whatever you are. The bitching on Twitter about people or streamers you don't like has got to stop, because half of you are just following in your own footsteps and just doing your own fucking thing, and someone's not going to like it. Everybody's not going to like something about someone. It's just general nature. Like, I love my friends, and there's some pet peeves that I got with them and they got with me. Same thing with like any other streamer. Like, you're not going to like how a streamer interacts or operates, and then just block them. But don't complain about these streamers and then try to act buddy-buddy with them in their comment section. Just because you're OGs, because you've been through it all together. If you really don't like something, why don't you call it out? If you're that close with them, or mute them, or block them, or whatever. And then you're probably looking at me like, well, why are you saying all this? Is like, because I don't care anymore. Like, some of you are the biggest fucking hypocrites on this fucking platform, and you fucking lies through your fucking teeth, and it's fucking great. And I've judged myself heavily, and then we're judging others, and not judging ourselves, because we don't want to work on ourselves because we think we're the best, or we think we're the star of attention. Do I have the keys to secrets of a formula for the best content creator streamer? No. But I know one thing. I'm going to follow what I think is right, and I'm going to do what I think is right. And I'm going to not hold anybody else to those standards, because those are my standards. Plain and simple. I mean, this is going to stir up a lot of things. And if I get Twitter DMs or any kind of DM saying, are you talking about me? Just know this. If you're having to send me a DM or questioning to send me a DM or talking to me about it, it's either one or two things. You're overthinking, or you're guilty and you know it and you want to know if I'm talking about you. I'll let you decide that. The same people you complain about here on Twitter and in the streaming world and the content creation world are the same people you're hanging out with. Same people you're interacting with and being buddy-buddy with. But yet you can easily call out people for being fake phonies and, whatever. But yet you still interact with those fake phonies or are friends with those fake phonies. So what does it say about you right now? Instead of bitching about these fakes and phonies, how about we just focus on ourselves and what our goals are? How about we talk about, instead of talking about community, we start being like one? How about instead of preaching to the masses, we grow people, we help people, we learn from people. Or better yet, how about we all just shut the fuck up for like a week, maybe two, and only share fucking life updates, not gaming updates, streaming updates, whatever. Let's talk about real life. How's work? What's for dinner? Hey, I'm going to go see a movie, hanging out with some friends. Share a meme. Because imagine life without content creation and streaming, or YouTube, or TikTok, or whatever the fuck you do. You wouldn't probably use Twitter. Hell, you barely use social media if you could, if you wanted to. I had an idea a while back for the podcast or anything like that. I was going to offer up a challenge to streamers who don't shut the fuck up on Twitter. I'll give them $100 if they don't say anything about content creation, the streaming world, or anything like that. No helping growing, no nothing. They just talk about their lives, or they just shut the fuck up. It was a great idea because I feel like people talk too much and they don't do much about it. Because it's easy to stream. Press go live, you play games, and if you talk or you don't talk or whatever. But it's just me getting upset with people just constantly talking about something that show them as less human as they really are. There's more than life than gaming and streaming. Ironically. Even streamers know that. Even content creators know that. Everybody knows that. Is it still a great idea? Yeah, because I don't care. It's a great idea. But what does that mean for me? I either lose $100 or I get someone to shut up for like a week, which is really what I wanted to do. But instead, I can just mute them or block them, which I've been doing. Because some of you just don't shut the fuck up. Y'all don't have lives. Y'all talk about growing communities and talking and being streamers, and here we are. You're not doing shit with your lives besides that. Now, should I be mad at somebody for chasing a passion, a goal, like I am? No. But I can be upset when people start losing their humanity over streaming, or TikTok, or YouTube, or whatever. Overall, let me say it like this. I love a lot of you, and I really do. I go to your streams, I talk to you for a bit when I have my free time, then I go do my thing. Because at the end of the day, you're not my world, and I'm not yours. But I show you love and respect as I get it. And I think it's time that a lot of people here, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, whatever, I think a lot of us need to get a heart check, a mind check, and instead of worrying about what others are doing, let's focus on making ourselves better. You want to be the fucking guru of Twitch growing or Kick growing or any kind of growing? Go be a guru. Lose your life. Enjoy your one-sided reality. For those who live both sides of reality and want to do streaming, content creation, whatever, and have a real life, I applaud you for doing a dual role job. It's not easy. The people who want to give up, sucks to say, like, if you want to give up, hey man, I'm not going to tell you not give up. I'm not going to tell you to give up either. But I think everybody in this universe needs a heart check. I think everybody in this life needs a heart check, including myself. That's why I've been quiet a lot. And in that time of evaluating everything around me and inside of me, I guess the biggest thing is that growth comes from learning from your downfalls. Growth comes from watching others and learning what helped them and didn't help them. Growth comes in many different forms, many different ways. So to support, ironically, and I think right now the best thing we all can do, I can do, is make better content and be better human, be a better streamer, entertainer, whatever it is. Now, how does that work for me? I'm going to work on my personal health, my mental health, and come up with not only easy streams, but also long-term goal streams and long-term goal content. What does that mean for you? That's for you to decide. But don't let this fucking video be just a fucking woe is me, or like a, oh, I'm calling out people, or whatever. Take this fucking time to just be better humans. Y'all fucking suck. Humans fucking suck. So let's just do better. Alright? Anyways. Get some fucking water in you. You dehydrated fucking noodles. Do some stretches too. Like, we haven't done stretches in a while. Most importantly, love yourself. Alright? Take the time to love yourself truly for who you are and how you are made. Surround yourself with good people who want to see you grow and want to see you succeed. And most importantly, learn to shut the fuck up. Alright. Love you all. Talk to y'all later.